Aim assist. Fuck. Aim assist is killing competitive gaming. Oh boy.
The aim assist drama / debate has been going on since 2018 when
It was going on way longer than that. Buddy boy. Way longer.
Fortnite revolutionized multiplayer games, enabling crossplay and bringing gamers from different platforms and different inputs from all over the world together into one big melting pot. And ever since that's happened, multiplayer games have really been thrown in the middle of the mess of trying to quote unquote solve the issue between cross input play in shooter games. And
Well, there's no problem that you think there is. Aim assist is in multiplayer games, or at least FPSs, to make money. That's all it is. And that's all it'll ever be.
I don't think anybody's really figured it out right. So today we're doing the aim assist rant. Let's talk about it. I think my answer and the outcome and the conclusion that I've come to might actually end up surprising you. So,
oh boy, we'll see.
So let's start out by looking at the clip that started it all from Nui TV, and they said aim assist is fun, fair, and balanced. And let's take a look at this clip.
So I've seen this clip too, and it's kind of hilarious to look at.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty crazy. No human being.
Holy crap.
Okay, so for context, what you just saw is like some dude, like, I don't think that was like neo strafing or whatever for Apex. That's just like really sharp tap strafes or whatever, I think, with an octane stim. And this person, Nui TV, I think he is aiming also, like putting in like actual input with his thumb as well. And I think he's doing a little bit of strafing as well too. So like, let me see it one more time. Oh, that's the sound. There we go. Fix the sound. Okay. One more. Okay.
And they said aim assist is fun, fair, and balanced. And let's take a look at this clip. And I'm not gonna lie.
So if the things that give it away, if he's strafing or not, is like the edges down here, the bottom edges, not so much the side edges. And then you can also kind of look like up at the top to figure out if he's like strafing. I mean, Apex does have a little bit of rotational aim assist as well, so there's that too.
It's pretty crazy.
So he is strafing as well as actively aiming. So this whole thing could have been like scripted, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna start strafing, so like I'm gonna start strafing right, left. So in order for you to counter that, just go left, right. All right, that's all this could have been. And this could have been like, they could have just Jackie Chan'd it, and this could have been like the 50th try, and it just looked so like robotic. All right, and you just took the bait for the Twitter aim assist, clip or whatever. So that could have been it too.
No human being,
holy crap,
is able to track like this. It's an Apex Legends clip, obviously, and it is in the training range, right? So, yeah, it's inhuman tracking. Now, I will admit,
Inhuman reactions.
I don't play much Apex Legends at all, so if there's anybody that plays the game consistently that has more input or information about this clip and whether or not you can tune up aim assist in the practice range or something, please let me know. I'd love to know. But luckily today, we're going to be talking at a much more broad scale and covering the entire industry rather than just this one clip, which kind of, was the match that set the forest fire when there's just a trail of gasoline leading up to this moment. The cold hard reality of shooter.
It's like aim assist versus M&K has always been a thing. It's like it'll die down, and then some crazy aim assist thing will pop up, and it'll like spike up again, and then it'll die back down, and then it'll spike up again and die back down.
Games that people may or may not want to accept is that they fit as a genre better on mouse and keyboard than they do on controller. Does that mean that controllers can't enjoy an FPS experience, or there's no way to have fun playing a shooter game on?
Wait.
Can't enjoy.
Let me go back.
match that set the forest fire when there's just a trail of gasoline leading up to this moment. The cold hard reality of shooter games that people may or may not want to accept is that they fit as a genre better on mouse and keyboard than they do on controller.
So this is going to be like dependent on the game's physics and the time to kill. This is going to be based off of, well, in reality, you know, like let's take Halo as an example. Halo is a controller game, you know. This was shown in like, there was like some random like accuracy graph, like it was like a line and dot graph or whatever, and it showed like the accuracy of like controllers versus M&K, and the average controller player had better accuracy than like the outlier like M&K dude or whatever. So this is not so him saying that you know, M&K is better for shooters, it's not really right. It's going to be more game dependent.
Does that mean that controllers can't enjoy an FPS experience, or there's no way to have fun playing a shooter game on controller? Absolutely not. Some of my favorite titles growing up as a kid were shooters on my Xbox 360. I'm sorry, PlayStation gang, but if you weren't playing Modern Warfare 2 on your Xbox, you messed up. Jokes aside, aim assist has gotten way out of hand to the point where Halo, the game that had the most broken aim assist that quite literally was an aimbot.
I'm kind of curious to know like the exact percentage of like aim assist that Halo had or whatever, because like, and like what kind it had, because like everybody, well, not everybody, but like it's widely known that like Apex aim assist is 0.4 on computer and 0.6 on console. That's the only game I know the percentage of aim assist for like a game or whatever. I would be curious to hear like the kind of like percentages that other games have, if that's even like an option.
Which aim assist is a form of aimbot. It's just approved by the company. That's a debate that I see a lot where people try to say it's not. It is a form of aimbot. It helps you aim, just like it's just a minor form of aimbot, right? Depending on what it is. But it went to the point where Halo, a game that's controller players had an accuracy 15% higher because the aim assist was so broken across the board. They added aim assist on mouse and keyboard.
Did they? Oh my god. What is this, guys? I've never seen this. Like, I played the Halo multiplayer when it first dropped on Steam, and there was no aim assist. And I was like, okay, this is all right. It's not bad. What is this little? Like the lights, 343, please. Okay, so aim assist on M&K. Everyone's like, oh, let's add aim assist on M&K. But I'll say this. So like, I do like aim training, and I don't aim train to have like a rapid like difference in like DPI or sense or whatever. So I don't know how that would feel to go from like, I don't know, maybe like 35 cm to all of a sudden like, oh my god, it's like 50 cm, but it's like the reticle is kind of close on the dude's body or whatever. I don't know. So maybe this could be good or maybe it could be bad. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Which this game had no chance because its aim assist was so strong, and you can see
it's not even on my mouse.
His hand is not even on his mouse.
Oh, that is like the tiniest bit of like aim assist. Like, what is that? Is that like, okay? So it's not even on his mouse. What is that, like 0.1, 0.2 aim assist? It looks like that's like a very small amount. I think what they did is like, let's give him a little bit, but not too much. Let's give him like a pinch of aim assist to see how they like it. All right. And is there rotational? I don't even know. He's like kind of mid-range or whatever.
That's right.
Hold my click. So this is what simulates when you're
crazy
firing. Look how strong that is. Again,
okay.
Right hand's not even moving. All I'm doing is a very slow walk.
So these titles are so set on forcing crossplay that some of them went as far as to give mouse and keyboard aim assist to compete with how strong it was for controller just to enable crossplay. And
bro, are FPSs dying because people are getting worse at FPSs? Like, fuck, man. Like, what? Is that the reason there's no good, like, FPSs? Because, like, most people suck and they don't, like, I don't know, aim train or whatever. I mean, if you're on controller, you don't fucking aim train. You're, like, grafing yourself if you do. But, like, is that the reason?
These companies and people don't understand what makes a shooter game so attractive to a PC audience, where
No.
it really is the optimal platform for it, in that it has the highest form of skill expression.
Highest form of skill expression, and to make it simpler, is the gameplay fun? That's all I want. Is the gameplay fun? Is it a good game? It's not? Then I'm not playing. All right? It's simple.
That's the difference between controller and mouse and keyboard. It's not that the controller players are worse as players than the mouse and keyboard players, but the better you get on mouse and keyboard, the better, like, your skill can be expressed with precision and fast flick movements,
True.
tracking right. It's just a better input.
So, I mean, he hasn't said this yet, but, like, it's easier to be good on controller than it is to be good on M and K. It's hard to be good on M and K. You need to, like, practice that shit. Most people, like, they have what's called shaky aim, depending on the time to kill for their game that they like to play or whatever. Like, the longer the time to kill, like, the more you realize you have shaky aim or whatever. But, like, a low time to kill game, like, I don't know, CS or Val, you know, there's not that much. Like, the time to kill is, like, almost zero or whatever. You just had a headshot. So you don't really get to see, like, oh my god, is my aim shaky or not? So, again, it's going to depend on the game.
To actually learn and go up a skill curve when it comes to learning shooter games or BR games, anything that has a shooting mechanic in it.
And also, he's only referencing aiming. You know, like, for controller, it's like your right thumbstick, I believe, and then for MK, it's like whatever hand you use. This is just the aiming aspect of it. There are other aspects of shooting, like strafing and positioning. That, you know.
As someone who's played PC shooters for about 10 years now, that's what makes them so much fun. The fact that it's all raw skill expression, similar to a game like basketball, right? When watching somebody like Steph Curry be able to shoot the ball, it's all his raw talent. It's all his raw ability. And that makes it so awesome to watch from a viewer experience when you see someone so talented and so precise and surgical.
Yes, but for a game like competitive Call of Duty, I could also make the argument that all of those controller players playing competitive Call of Duty all have their own raw talent, because the entire competitive scene for Call of Duty is also on controller. I don't think there's any competitive players in Call of Duty that play on mouse and key. So,
at what they do, and that's what shooters on PC are so good at. So when you bring controllers into it, right, the idea that aim assist somehow makes it fair is wrong. And the reality is, and what people have to accept, is that there is absolutely no way to make controller and mouse and keyboard equal. You cannot do it. It's not possible. And so many games have died on the hill of, instead of just matching.
Well, it's not about being fair. It's about what makes money.
Players based off their input, they've put everybody into this massive melting pot and forced players to play against things like aim assist, which honestly ruins the experience as a PC player.
In games that have crossplay, you know, MK and controllers playing together, this is not so much an issue for CS, Valorant, what else? Competitive Overwatch. What is it? I think everybody is on M&K. So there are like Quake. There are like examples of games where the competitive scene is just 100% one input. Even, you know, at the what was I gonna say? Some games will have like a tournament scene where you can choose your input, but one input is just so superior to the other, then that you just like you don't even like look at the other input. It's just like, okay, it's a 100% this or 100% that, and it is what it is.
That
And it's not an
being
issue.
said, I totally understand the argument from controller players where they're right. They say, listen, we don't have as many tools as players to actually play the shooter and track the movement mechanics that have come so apparent in these games, like the Warzone slide canceling with stems, right? Or that movement in Apex, which was crazy, right? And so we need aim assist to make the experience more enjoyable for us. And in mass, I can agree with that statement. So
Yeah.
my problem is all of these companies are trying to force crossplay, especially in ranked modes. Like if that is in ranked Apex and ranked Warzone, which just came out,
It is.
those games, like that doesn't function as a ranked mode. It destroys what makes a ranked mode good, at least for PC players, because the problem with that is what makes a
So, is there ranked Warzone? I have no idea. So he used ranked Warzone and ranked Apex as examples. This isn't an issue for like the upper echelon of players. And what I mean by that is like people that like 3-stack or whatever, and it could be like a 3-stack of controllers or a 3-stack of M&Ks. Literally does not matter. Because the skill difference is so small and minimal, it doesn't make a difference. For Warzone, I don't know how competitive or ranked Warzone works. Like, do people just run around and 4-stack with their input or whatever? I mean, I would imagine it's like the same deal. Like at the upper echelon of skill, like it's not going to be an issue. Where it becomes an issue is like the middle of the bell curve.
ranked mode or ranked mode is it's all about skill expression, right? The more skilled you are, the higher up you go, and it's all based on your own player input and decision making. But if there's software that actually helps do it for you, especially to that degree, that's not ranked. I'm not playing against other players. I'm playing against players with extremely strong software to help them aim. And as a PC player, there's no way to make that fair or make that likable, right? And as a controller player, your experience is worse because I don't think I've ever seen a controller player advocate against aim assist, right?
Nope.
Most
Yep. So even games where you can turn the aim assist off, there's literally no controller player that will turn the aim assist off or down. Because why would you? What, to prove a point that you're better? To literally just ego somebody and be like, oh, I killed you without aim assist. Literally nobody is doing that in the competitive scene at all.
people say that they want it, and I understand why you do. So instead of blaming each other and going after each other, we should start talking to these companies who are forcing the melting pot of a player base, because that became the industry standard, at least for ranked modes and things like that, which is why I actually admit I was wrong when I said I thought Overwatch as a game should do crossplay competitive. Crossplay competitive, or cross input specifically competitive, should not exist. If you plug a controller into a PC and play on that, you should get matched against other controller players. Just as if one day they add mouse and keyboard support to a console, you should be able to play against mouse and keyboard players. You
Sure.
shouldn't be matched based off your platform. You should be matched based off your input. And I know that things like Cronus's and Zims were a massive issue for so many people in multiple games, like
And they still are.
Overwatch, like Warzone, right? Where, you know, even some of those guns get less recoil with the aim assist if they get matched off their input, regardless of the platform that they are on. That will no longer be a problem. So I think the problem really lies with the fact that we have tried to force crossplay so much for all of these years, right?
I mean, what do you mean by we? I mean, I don't think any players were like, well, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, if I'm on PC and I got some friends on like a console, then yeah, I would be fine with that. But like, it's like the reason crossplay became a thing. I think this is like an evolving problem or whatever.
All of these years, we've tried to force crossplay since Fortnite, and the reality is we've not found a solution because it's time to accept that there isn't one. There's never going to be a way that is fair.
Okay, so essentially at the crux of it is like it's all gonna depend. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like on the tournament scene of said game. So like if you, as it is right now, most games like their tournament scene is like choose your input, and it is what it is. You know, uh, nobody is gonna watch like an Apex tournament MNK only and an Apex tournament controller only. No game has ever did that. That just sounds absolutely ridiculous for at least for crossplay games. That's simply not gonna happen. If I want to go watch like some static like action, I'll go watch like CS or Val. If I want to watch like some like fast moving bullshit, I'll watch like Apex or Quake or Overwatch. Um, it's like you can't have separate tournaments for inputs. I mean, as much as it would be more fair that way, like the viewership just would not be there.
And honestly, I dare say,
And honestly, the reason for that is because sports don't do that. They're well, wait, actually, do they? I mean, there are like male and female sports or whatever. I mean, you could argue like the viewership is like here or there for like said sports, but like there's like men's soccer and women's soccer, and that's a thing. There's the NBA and the WNBA. For certain sports, it's fine. I don't know, like non-combat sports. I mean, obviously, there's no like women's football, men's football, but like certain sports, it's like there's like men's bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding. But I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
if they had to be together, I would say that there shouldn't be aim assist if there's an opt-in clause, because at the end of the day, these games become about skill expression, and the reality of shooter games and games with gun mechanics, and please do not take this the wrong way, controller players, is that they are better for mouse and keyboard. Actually, that's the entire premise of the argument for why aim assist should exist. I think it's probably globally accepted that shooter games are better on mouse and keyboard. So the reason why they're better is because of that ability to express your skill in a raw form with your input, and that makes the game have a higher skill ceiling, and games that have lower skills floors and higher skill ceilings have much more longevity to them and are much more intriguing to play because they are fair.
The phrase "easy to learn, hard to master" is a great like cherry on top for this. I'll use Super Smash Brothers Melee for example. That game is easy to learn, but at the tippy top or upper echelon, the top percentages of the game, it's hard to master, and it's fun. Super Smash Bros. Melee, or any Smash like game in general, easy to learn, hard to master. You can have fun with you and your boys because it's just you and your boys. You're like at X skill level, and you're just like sitting there shooting the shit, just playing the game. The hard to master part comes in like, oh, I'm the biggest fish in the pond. Now it's time to move out. Now I got to go to my local tournament. Now I want to maybe do like a city tournament. Now I want to do like a state tournament, so on and so forth. So easy to learn, hard to master is a great, I don't know, temperature check for like an FPS game.
They're all about the player's skill, and a software that allows, basically aims for players in many of these games, like Warzone, like Halo, and even like Apex from what I'm seeing, that does not belong in a shooter game, at least that has mouse and keyboard. And I think the crossplay has just been all too forced by too many companies.
And also, if you make your FPS too skillful, people will not want to play it. Like if the skill ceiling is like way too high, like people just won't play it. They won't spend money on microtransactions. The game won't make money. That won't get viewership. It's just nothing will happen of it. But if the game has like the skill floor is too high, or like whatever he was talking about with like Halo, like the aim assist is like way too strong. I think the same thing would happen. You know, no one's gonna watch your game because everybody knows like that game is like just way too easy or whatever. It's like, okay, that's a professional, but like I can sit here and get to like master or challenger or whatever, and it's not that tough or what. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. We'll see.
And we need to start backtracking on this and start acknowledging that there's no way to make crossplay fair, at least in a ranked environment. These player pools should be split, because I can't tell you how many of my mouse and keyboard friends.
Okay, so splitting the pools in ranked play. This makes sense, like, ideologically, but in reality, this would it wouldn't make sense because the queue times would be too long for mouse and keyboard for these crossplay games. And even at like the upper echelon. So like if you're on like an M and K like rank ladder and you start reaching like the higher level, bro, you're gonna be in queue for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, you know? And that's gonna be your experience at that game. Nobody wants that experience. And everybody knows controllers and consoles are very popular. A lot of people play on controllers, you know, and like as you start reaching up there, like the skill ceiling on like the rank ladder side, it's like the queue times will get longer, but not as long as like that 45 minutes or that hour side on the M&K, you know? So yeah, that's just one bullet point.
Who I know everybody claims it's the better platform, have had to swap to controller to play ranked games in ranked Call of Duty, in ranked Halo.
Really?
And I guess it's probably happening in Apex too.
Yeah.
These games would be better and have higher quality if the player base was split as they should be. And I understand that crossplay is important, but if it's an opt-in crossplay, I don't think aim assist should be there. So let me know what you guys think, controller players. I am sick of the aim assist debate because I don't think that they should belong. And I was wrong in saying that I think that the crossplay should be forced without aim assist. I think it should be opt-in, but these player bases should be split. This debate has gotten silly because the reality is there is no solution. It's apples to oranges. They're two fundamentally different things. You cannot make an apple and orange or vice versa. Vice versa. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. That is the aim assist rant. What do you think? Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. See y'all next time. Peace out.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. It's like, it's apples and oranges, man. This like argument has been going on for years, and yeah, it is tiresome, but I don't think it's gonna change. Because there's too much money to be made. You know, like the reason aim assist is in a game, is to make money. That's it. And yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say, really. All right, but you know, overall, it was a good video. All right, so I'd love to see more. It was awesome. Good video. All right, take it easy, guys. Later.